would like to talk today about the art of non attachment and why releasing attachments are essential for our ascension, for our evolution as a soul. And that is because one of the most important rules of this universe is that everything is impermanent and we are in a constant flow. Everything is constantly moving, everything is constantly changing and transforming. So that also implies that we are changing and there are things, places, people, patterns that must be gone, must be released for us to be able to go into a next level in our journeys, right? And especially when you are someone who is striving to reach your full potential, um, when we are either fixated by who we used to be or stuck into an idea that we have of how it should be, we are not allowing the universe to actually showing us what is possible. It's like we are in a way um, limiting ourselves, and it is important to understand that the universe is so vast and we are so vast, we are so expansive and infinite at the core. And when we limit ourselves and when we having a hard time to let go of things, to let go of who we were, or to let go of people, um, that is not allowing us to reach our highest potential. That is not allowing us to reach to where we are meant to be, because sometimes we have to let go of things so we can reach a different level in our journeys. So you sometimes might be wondering, why am I feel so stuck in this situation? Why am I feel so stuck in my life after all these years? Um, Perhaps a good question would be to ask yourself if maybe there is something that is still within your system, within your field, that you know is no longer serving you, but you're having a hard time of letting it go. You are attaching yourself to it. And this actually reminded me of a dream that I had a few years ago that really stuck in my head and in the way that I see life nowadays. So basically, in this dream, I am in a how do you say this? I forgot the word. Like I am in a mountain, and down below there is the ocean. And in the ocean, I look down and it's all my family. All my family is swimming in this ocean, having a good time and enjoying themselves. And they all look at me and they're like, "Okay, come on, jump, come and join us." And I jump, and as soon as I jump, I realize I cannot swim, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then I look into my hands, and I have some kind of objects. I don't know what it was, but there were some things in my hands that I was holding so tight onto it that were not allowing me to swim correctly and to enjoy the moment. And the message that I received there is like, when we are attaching so much to an outcome, to or to something, we are limiting ourselves and we are not allowing ourselves the possibility to swim in the infinite ocean, in the infinite ocean that is life, right? So I think that was so beautiful, and ever since that day, I've been striving for every cycle as it ends. I take a look, like an inventory of all the experiences, all the memories of the people, all the energies that were um, filling me and that were enhancing my experience. And then I take a closer look into what were the things that didn't work for me, or that are ready to be shredded or to be released or to die in this cycle. So in the next cycle, I can go a step forward into my full fulfillment or my full potential. And it sometimes can be painful, and it can be, there is a grief process surrounding this letting go, right? And I think it's what we are so afraid of letting go is not the bad things sometimes, but it's most important. Is what we're most afraid is of the good things, because we think that if we hold on to them, um, we will always be safe. We will always have this that we have dreamed. But the promise of God is that He will replace this tenfold, 10 times, right? This beauty that you are having a hard time to let go, He will replace it with something even better, right? So we have to also normalize the grieving process that goes with the endings, that goes with the losing of things, of old energies, right, in this process. And grieving, all that it is just an alchemical process in which we accept the beauty that these things brought to us, and we are allowing ourselves, releasing them, letting them go, because we know, we trust, and we have faith that what comes next is way bigger, because we are expanding into a new level. Therefore, we are receiving even more than we previously had. So as I was preparing for this video, I wrote something that I think it might be helpful to bring up in this video, and that is the analogy of, I'm going to use nature as an example because truly it's one of our biggest teachers. Let's bring the example of a tree, whatever tree, it could be mango tree, let's say. And a tree has also going through different cycles, right? In summer, they are harvesting the fruits of their labors. Mangoes are growing. They also come from the seed part, which is like the flowers begin to sprout. And then there's a process of letting go, of releasing, which is autumn, right? Like the leaf become yellow, and then it's time for them to come back into the soil. And in the soil, what they do is like they become compost for new nutrients for the tree to grow their leaves back again into beautiful green leaves, and again going through this new cycle where flowers will sprout and eventually the mango fruit will be made, right? That is exactly in that same way we go through cycles, because we are nature, right? We humans have been disconnected to the wisdom and the truth that we are also nature. So we operate from the same way, because all the universe operates in the same way. The laws of the universe are the same and for all, for every being in this planet, and that is the impermanence, because there is the promise of a new cycle.